Hey everybody, James with Love My Pups, My Breeder Supply. So the quality of this video is going to be a bit crappy. I apologize for that. I'm going to have to handheld the camera so I can show you some stuff on the screen. This is all about shipping outside the United States. So specifically the situation that I get into is where I've got to ship for a stud collection that's going to go to, for instance, Canada, Mexico, those kind of places. And so I've got some people who are doing that, and they've asked some questions about how you file the forms and how you go about this. So there is three methods, well there's four methods you can use to do this. The first thing is if you're going to ship to Mexico or Canada and the person you're shipping to is close to the border, it is so much easier to ship it on the US side. For instance, if you're going to go to Canada to Niagara Falls and they come across the border and pick it up and just go across customs themselves. So much easier way of doing it. Same thing for Mexico. If you're close to the Mexican border, there's places down in Mexico that you can ship to that are specifically designed to set this kind of system up. So if you can use those places and not have to ship across the border, I highly recommend you do that. If you've got to ship across the border, the problem gets to be it's got to go through customs, and that's not a problem. There's nothing illegal about this. The problem is it can get held up. So, getting your paperwork in order makes all the difference. So now I'm going to talk about three different shipping methods. We've got post office, UPS, and FedEx. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, I'm not using UPS. I've had too many problems with UPS. That for me is completely out. So I haven't used UPS in a long time, so I'm not even going to talk about UPS. Post office. The post office is easy. It's easy because typically it goes through customs really simply. You typically, you just fill the thing out at the post office, the form you fill out is really straightforward. It's not very difficult at all. The problem with the post office is that it's not too reliable in terms of speed of getting there. Going to Canada, I've had pretty good luck. Typically, it's 1 day, sometimes 2 days. Going to other places, like I shipped something out, wasn't actually a stud service, it was actually some of my incubators. I sent to some to Jamaica and some to Bogota, Colombia, and both of those got delayed forever. So what happens here is the US Post Office getting there is good, but once it gets to the destination company, it is slower than molasses. So absolutely not on. The only place I would ever ship by the post office would be to Canada. I would not go anywhere else. You could ship to England, it might work, but again, there are all kinds of problems to do with going to other countries, to do with what's allowed to go in through customs and will it be held. So let's talk about that for a second. I know about Canada, straightforward. I know as far as shipping things to England, UK, and other places over in Europe, I've done that, but I've never shipped semen over there. So exactly what kind of customs problems you have with that, I don't know. So you've got to go ask questions. So let's talk specifically about Canada, because that's the place that I ship to the most. So for Canada, it's either the post office we just briefly mentioned, or it's FedEx. So I'm going to specifically go over FedEx. So I'm now going to turn this around. It means I'm going to have to hold the camera. So I apologize for any not very good video on this. So here we go. So I'm into my FedEx application. So if you've got a FedEx account, you can actually do this yourself. If you don't have a FedEx account, then you're relying on somebody at some local FedEx place to do this for you. And the problem it gets to be is they may not be familiar with how to do an international shipment. But here we go. So the first thing is I've selected Canada. So there's a drop-down menu. This is, by the way, the from has already got me in it. That's always left alone by me. It's got my name and address. This is where I'm shipping from. Then I've got to select where I'm going to. Well, I'm going to do international. So there's a choice for where you're going to. I'm selecting Canada. Now, I've already got a person in here that I've shipped to before, so I'm not going to mess around filling that out because you can already see where that is. Okay. So now I'm going to roll on down, and it's going to be shipped today. We are telling it what the weight of the box is. It's 7 pounds. The declared value, I'm declaring it as $15. I'm going to send it international priority. This is going to get there the next day, hopefully. The package type, I've got to tell it what I've got. I've got a box, so there's a box. Then it wants the dimensions, so I'm selecting the dimensions. I've already got some pre-set up dimensions, but you can go into this in by hand if you want to too. So you see there's a place where it says enter dimensions. So we'll enter the dimensions and we'll pretend this box is a 10. This should be my standard shipping box, which is 10 by 11 by 12. So we put 12 in here. Okay. If it's not doing this on a Friday, we want it for Saturday delivery. So I'm going to click Saturday delivery. This is not documents, it's products. So I've got products highlighted. I've got some choices here. I'm going to send this as a gift. It's a much simpler way of doing this. You could do it as a return. I mean, you can choose the one you want, but I'm going to send it as a gift. The total customs value, there's not much. I'm going to say it's worth 15 bucks. The more you put here, the more the other person can have to pay at the other end. If you need a return label so they can send it back, fill it out. Okay. Coming up on the other side. So now we've got to bill this. So you've got the first part of my account there. Now this is an important part. Who is going to pay for customs duties? You best be putting your account on there, otherwise this is going to get held up. So this is this field right here. You've got to put this as your account. It means that they're going to charge the customs duties back to you. So you've got to let your customer know. You don't know what that's going to be, but when it comes, they need to pay it. So be prepared. Be prepared with the fact that you might get charged, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks for some customs duties, whatever the customs people think is due. Okay, so now we're coming down to, we're going to drop this off. So we mark drop off, no special instructions. We can come in here and we can check the rates for it. So click that, we can do a calculation. And then from that, it'll tell us what it's going to cost. And roll down a little bit here. Whoops, you can see normal price is $167. All right, hit and continue. It's complaining. I have not entered. Please enter the state of the province. It's in Ontario. So I just fill that Ontario out. There we go. So if you get anything red up here, it means you've missed something out, which I did. So here we go again. So now we'll try and do a continue. And there it goes. Okay. So now it wants, we have to have what's called a, we have to tell it what we're shipping. So we're going to create, sorry about the lousy, so we can do a create, we're going to add a new commodity. So we're going to tell you what it is. This is going to be semen, and we can put canine semen. Again, I have to type here, so at the same time as holding the phone, so canine semen. Okay, there we go. Units of measure. Well, we've got to put it in something. So let's put it in milliliters, if that gives us a choice. Milliliters, there it is, because that's what it's going to be. How many is there going to be? There's going to be about 5 milliliters. Commodity weight. It's going to weigh hardly anything. So this one here, we know the shipping weight I put in was 7 pounds, but the commodity weight is going to be something in the order of, maybe, so we have a thing here for pounds. We'll leave it per unit, and we'll put in, it's going to be 1 gram a unit. We'll just put in 1 gram like that and see if it likes it. This is in pounds, not going to like that. All right, so if we're going to have to put it in as pounds, it's going to be like 0.01, hardly anything at all. Customs value, you already said, is $15. We said per unit, we better put this as totals. All right, there we go. Now we're happy. Again, I don't think that this stuff is too terribly critical as long as something's in there. I've never had this rejected, and I've always a little bit confused about what the right thing to do is. Okay, so add this commodity. So we've got to put that, there it is. Weight needs to be numeric. Okay, why did it not like that? Oh, let's put 1 down there and see if it likes that better. Add this commodity. Country manufacturers, USA. Add this commodity. It took it. There it is. All right. So there we go. So we've got a total weight of 7 pounds, total value of $15. Right, that worked. Okay, now up on this right-hand side, a commercial invoice is required. So I clicked commercial invoice. And then terms of sale, down here, terms of sale is going to be, let's see, delivered at place. We'll just select that. I don't think it matters. The recipient is not the importer of is not the importer of the buyer, so that's correct. Okay, that's probably not right. Let's just go on down, see if it takes this now. Okay, let's just see what happens. Let's just ship this and see what happens. And there it is. It generated a shipping label. Very good. It worked. So it generated a shipping label, and it's also got a click here for commercial invoices. It's gonna print some commercial invoices for me as well. You can see that right there. Up there. So that's it. I got it done. There it is. So now it'll print this label, which I'm going to stick on the box, and it's then going to print 3 invoices that I'm also going to stick on the box. And I will make myself a clear pouch up so they can take those out and look at those invoices. That's it. That's it completed. That is a successful deal. All right. So I hope, a bit confusing, but hopefully that will get people who are trying to get this to the point where they can generate a FedEx label successfully. So again, thanks for watching. Be nice to your doggies. Bye, everybody.